You're at a dinner table with your favorite people. Someone has just finished a story, the whole table is laughing, and you're laughing too. And then, mid-laugh, with no warning at all, the room slides half a step away. A pane of glass comes down between you and the table. You're still smiling. Your face is doing everything correctly, but you're watching the evening now from somewhere slightly behind yourself, and a thought arrives that makes no sense. I'm lonely. Lonely, here, among people who chose you. The question isn't what happened, it's how loneliness got into a full room. Stay at the table, look through the glass. The laughter continues on the other side, warm and slightly muffled now, and you begin doing the quiet arithmetic nobody assigned you. They texted each other about that story, and you weren't in the thread. That joke landed before you got here. The two on the far side have a whole language of glances, until an ordinary Tuesday dinner has quietly reorganized itself into evidence. You check your phone. Nothing needed checking. You take a sip of water you didn't want. The glass stays where it is. Here's what's actually happening. You carry a gauge. Psychologists call it the Sociometer, an internal meter with one job, tracking how included you are, the way a fuel gauge tracks petrol. It doesn't measure the truth. It measures signals. A lull after your sentence, a glance you couldn't read, an inside joke arriving without subtitles. Enough of those, and the needle dips. And when the needle dips, your brain doesn't send you a report. It sends you a feeling. The feeling is loneliness. Why so touchy? Because for most of human history, the tribe was the whole safety system. Food, warmth, protection, all of it ran through belonging. Exile meant death. So the gauge was built to panic early. 100 false alarms are cheaper than one missed exile. And here's the crueler setting. The gauge runs pessimistic by design. Psychologists call it the liking gap. After conversations, people reliably underestimate how much the other person liked them. Not sometimes, systematically. The data on you, gathered tonight by everyone who talked to you, is warmer than your own reading of it. You walk away from good conversations having quietly lost a game you were winning. Which brings us to the strange part. The glass feels like it has one side. You, outside. Everyone else in the room, together, fluent. But run the table again. The friend who's been quiet since the main course. The one telling jokes slightly too fast. The one who checked their phone the exact moment you did. Psychologists call it pluralistic ignorance. Everyone privately feeling the same thing, each convinced they're the only one. At any full table, someone else is behind their own pane of glass, watching you, thinking you belong effortlessly. Frankly, the gauge has never once apologized for a false alarm. Sit with that. The loneliest room isn't a room without people. It's a room where every chair believes the others are inside. And the softer truth underneath, the glass is not proof that you don't belong. It's proof of how much you want to. The gauge only guards what matters. Loneliness in a full room isn't absence. It's wanting, standing very close to having. Back at the table, dessert is arriving. Someone says your name, asks what you think, and the room slides half a step closer, the glass thinning the way it came, without a decision from anyone. The needle will dip again some other evening. That part isn't yours to vote on. But you know what it is now. A gauge, not a verdict. An old alarm, guarding an old treasure. You pick up the spoon, you answer. And across the table, behind a pane of glass you cannot see, someone is watching you laugh, quietly wishing they were in the room with you. Subscribe for more such video every week.